Sandra. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to this Asexual Perspectives Awareness Month after party day 2. So if you followed me last month, you'll probably know that I had an Asexual Perspectives Awareness Month, and I was going live for every day throughout the whole of July, celebrating the diversity of the asexual spectrum all across it and our differences within it. If you're new to this channel and you want to know about asexuality or many different topics related to asexuality, asexual struggles, please subscribe now by hitting that big subscribe button and hit that bell button as well, so you get notified of every time I post a new video. So in today's video, I want to talk to you about never giving up hope and about practicing gratitude. So first of all, I want to say how grateful I am that you're all in my life here and that you're following me on this asexual journey, and that you subscribe to this channel, that you watch me, that you like my videos, and that you ask me questions, leave comments. I really, really appreciate that so much from the bottom of my heart. And I don't think I say thank you enough for that. So I really appreciate it so much. I want to also practice gratitude for everyone that's been in my life recently. And as you know, there was a guy called Ronald who came on this channel, kind of swept me off my feet a little bit. And despite the fact that I said no to a long distance relationship with him, you know, I don't know him, but I know he's beautiful and he seems like a really good guy and kind person. And he seemed to tick a lot of my boxes of what I was looking for in a guy. Sadly, he's going to be in his country for another 2.5 years. And I don't know when I would see him. And, you know, that was really difficult for me, saying no to him, because he ticked so many of the things I was looking for in a guy for a long time, for like 4 years. So that was quite upsetting, but I still want to say thank you for him coming into my life. Thank you for him being here, whether it's a short time or he stays. Hi Michael, thanks so much for tuning in. So I'm just getting to the point where I'm talking about expressing gratitude for all the people that have subscribed to my channel, that have watched this you know, these videos, and that comment and come here all the time. I really appreciate you. So Michael, you're one of them. Thank you. And I got on to talking about gratitude as well in regards to the guy who liked me on this channel, you know, Ronald, and he kind of swept me off my feet and he asked me for a long distance relationship, and I said no, I don't really know him. I didn't know when I was going to see him, and he needs to spend another 2.5 years in his country. And I was saying, you know, even though I said no, I still think he's a beautiful person. I still think he's a good guy. He ticked loads of my boxes, and it was really sad to say no to him, because he's the type of guy I've been looking for about 4 years of my life. So that's really tough. But I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for him coming into my life. I don't know whether he's going to stay in my life, which I hope he does, or whether he's going to go. That's up to him, really. I think if a person really cares about you, they stay in your life. I've been rejected by guys, you know, or I've had some guys that I've liked more than liked me back, but I'm still in their life if they're my friend. Obviously with me and him, it's kind of hard because we're both hyper romantic, and kind of like friendship can be quite difficult if afterwards you've expressed a lot of intimate feelings for each other and liking each other a lot, to then sort of revert back to a friendship style format, if you like. But, you know, that's what you have to do sometimes. You have to take a step back to take 55,000 forward. But anyway, I wish him well in his life and lots of happiness and love. And I hope he finds, you know, I hope everything goes well for him in the future. I would say I'd love it if he turned up here in 2.5 years. But whether that happens or not, I don't know. But I wish him a lot of love, luck, and to find a good girl for him. One that would be better for him than me, if he can find that, because I know there's not many like us in the world. So yeah, so I want to practice gratitude anyway. I've learned in my life that there's people that come into your life and they stay in your life. There's people that come into your life and they leave you. There's people like little angels that come, so they might save you from something in your life at one particular point in your life. You know, they might just happen to be there at the right time, and I call them like little angels. And you know, I'm thankful and grateful for all the friends that I've made through my asexual journey. I'm really grateful and thank you for all the friends I've got. And it was nice this week when I was upset that I had to say no to the beautiful guy on here, that you know, that I had friends that I could message. I mean, one friend I was messaging a lot to help her rather than, you know, myself. I just said I was a bit sad and why. And, you know, I was talking through and helping her because she needed it more than I need help at the moment. You know, mine's just unfortunate circumstances, you know, timing and things. But, you know, I was feeling a little bit down, and some of my friends I haven't known very long either, and some I've known for a long time. Like, the wonderful thing about being asexual is, you know, and I want to tell you this message, is never give up hope. Never give up hope of finding, if you want a relationship, your soulmate, but never give up hoping of finding good friends. You know, if you are aromantic and you need good friends, you know, you can make some really good asexual friends, but you have to go to meetups, you have to go online, you have to put yourself out there. You know, you have to be proactive, not reactive, you know. And I was feeling really down, and one of my new friends this year, he's foreign actually in the UK, but he's aromantic, so obviously not at all interested in me like that, but instantly we became friends. And you know, he watches this channel. I don't know if he's watching it at the moment. He's a really, really lovely, lovely guy. Hi to Levi if you're out there. But yeah, I hopefully you won't mind me reading what he wrote, but it reminded me to be positive and to be grateful for everything that comes our way. You know, when you're a bit upset, it's kind of really difficult sometimes to, you know, get over the emotion and try and see things from a positive viewpoint, which I was really, really positive person, but sometimes things just come and like, it's like wham, it's really difficult. So yeah, Levi said try and look at it on the bright side though. Clearly not only is your type out there, but they're interested in you. And I just thought that was really nice because yeah, the guy that was Ronald on here, you know, he's a really good guy from what I've seen. Very beautiful guy, absolutely very compatible in lots of ways with me. And I kind of like, you know, it's nice to know that that type of guy's out there, even if I can't be with that person right now or anyone. I mean, I haven't really met anyone like that before, but I mean, I don't know him, you know, we don't know each other, so who knows. But from the short time I spoke to him, it was like, wow, we were quite alike in some ways. So that's what made it harder. And you know, I just you know, I was writing a message back to him and I said thanks for the vote of confidence in me, and he put, that vote of confidence has been there from the beginning. I can tell you're a really great woman, Sandra, and you're going to make some Indian guy very happy in the future. I know it. And I just thought it was really nice and very touching. Sorry, get a bit emotional. You know, and I know I can make some guy happy one day, but you know, it's not just about if I can make them happy. In the past, I knew I could make people happy, but it's can they make me happy? Can they match my needs? And I think that's what you do sometimes. Sometimes, you know, in friendships, relationships, or any type of thing, you know, if you're someone who's kind and caring, you kind of want to please the other person. You kind of want, I still don't get the Indian thing. Oh, Michael, yeah. So, okay, Michael. So to explain the Indian thing to you, right? I found out I was asexual in 2014. And that's when I started to talk to Indian guys online. And two was that year that I had really strong feelings for. One was in the beginning of the year. He was asexual, but that didn't last long of us chatting online. And then the other one towards the end of the year, like October, I'd known him through blogging for a while, and he was Indian, but he turned out to be sexual, not very nice. And I just knew that year that I got on best with Indian guys, and ever since then I've known that I've been I don't get attracted to British guys enough to want to kiss them. I can't be physically close to a British guy in terms of kissing and that type of intimacy. I can hug them, I could probably even go too far in terms of romances. Even if I felt a little bit of romance towards them, I could go as far as to hug them, or if I was in, I can't be in a relationship, but if I was, it would be sort of stroke hair and cuddle would be the, or hug would be the closest I could get to a British guy. I like since 2000, and so going back to 2011, before I found out I was asexual, I was in a long-term relationship. Hi Martin, thanks for coming on. So I'm just explaining the Indian guy thing because Michael doesn't understand it. So my last long-term relationship ended in 2011, and he was actually British, but in the past I had like 3 different at different times foreign boyfriends, and I've always preferred the look of foreign guys, even though they didn't treat me very well at the time, but neither did the English guy. But then after that, I left after I split up with him for 8.5 years. I spent a year single. I was determined to stay single because I'd always needed someone in the past, and I retrained my brain to be happy being single. So then the following year, I actually was dating a Portuguese guy for a little while, which kind of broke my heart because he wasn't as keen on me as I was at him, and he wanted sex and I couldn't do that, which was one of the reasons we couldn't really be together. It would never work. And I seem to be messaging him more than me. I hate that. So that didn't work out. And then sort of like 2000, and that was 2000. Sorry to interrupt, but quick question. Have you seen my Facebook messages? I saw one of them about a video, Martin. I haven't been able to get to it yet. Sorry, I've just been so piled up with my schedule today. I've only just finished one lot of work before I came on this video, and I've got extra stuff that's come in my pile. I will download the video though. Thank you. It's my just to let you know, Martin was my camera guy at the UK Asexuality conference, and the video is talking about is me talking about how to arrange a meetup for beginners. So that's essential that I get that on my channel. So he's kindly spent all the time editing it, so it makes it look really crystal clear as much as possible. Obviously, yeah. Like I said, the sooner the better. Yeah, I know. I had to finish work. I'll try, and so I couldn't do it whilst I was doing that because I had to do something and bought some stuff and download, anyway, I will sort that out, Martin, because obviously I've got to carry on talking because people are not going to I'll sort it out afterwards, okay? I'll try and download it afterwards, okay? Great. So anyway, going back to the Indian thing, right? So after I split up with my ex, I basically, for a year I was single. I really needed that time apart from any guy, and to heal myself a lot. But it took me about 18 months to get over my ex, even though he was wasn't a nice guy. It took a long time. 18 months to 2 years can be completely free of any feelings apart from, I don't like you whatsoever. Get out of my sight. Keep away from me. So yeah. So then I just dated foreign guys, but they were all sexual, sadly, so no good for me. And I have attraction for foreign guys. Like, I'm meant to be with a foreign guy. I believe, since 2014, I've believed I have a soulmate. I've always known since 10 years old that I have a soulmate. I'm intuitive, so I've always known that. I've always thought there's got to be some guy out there like me. There has to be this one person. I don't believe there's not, and I don't believe that to this day. I believe there is one guy out there. Now, since 2014, I've believed he's Indian because I have the top aesthetic attraction for Indian guys. I have the top spiritual connection with them, usually the top creative attraction, the top intelligence attraction for them, the top, the accent I love as well, the face, everything. So all my attractions together, Indian is usually my top attraction, then it's Bangladesh, and then it's Middle Eastern usually in that order, and then sort of the rest of the foreign guys. But I can't be in a relationship with a British guy because I just don't feel, I love kissing. So even though I'm asexual, I love passionate kissing with the tongue actually, which a lot of asexuals don't like to go that far, and I need to be really close, and I only like younger guys. Like, I'm asexual cougar, which I don't know if you know about me, but yeah, I like much younger guys. Like, I like guys in their early to mid 20s usually, and because I have a 21st mindset and I live like a teenager, and because my mind's a 21st mindset and I've programmed it to be that way, like my mind and their mind, when they're around that in their early to mid 20s, they're like have the same mindset. I've actually got quite a lot of bloke friends, the majority of my guy friends are in their 20s, you know. That's who I talk to, even as friends, the most. So that's who I'm most comfortable around. I can't be with someone of my anywhere near my own birth certificate age because I have nothing in common with them. I don't see myself as the same birth certificate age as them. I don't see me as that person. It's not who I am. I'm like, some women feel they're trapped in a man's body, some men feel like they're trapped in a woman's body. I don't feel anything like that, but I do feel like I'm stuck with the birth certificate age, you know, that I can't do anything about. It is my birth certificate age, but I have got younger in my outlook. Like years ago, I was quite old for my time when I was a little kid. I used to be very, very serious, very old fashioned, very old for my time. And kind of the things I used to do when I was younger, in birth certificate age, I don't like doing anymore. I like doing younger stuff now, if you like. So instead of like going out to discos and, you know, being around sort of karaoke stuff, which I do go to karaoke because my friend does it and I love to hear her sing, but, you know, and go around pubs. I prefer going around to dancing in clubs and stuff. I prefer, you know, I like dance music. I like, you know, like floor fillers music. I like all the latest stuff. So often I'm too young even for younger guys because they tend to, some of the ones I get attracted to tend to have older souls, if you know what I mean. So that they're kind of the older one and I'm the younger one. And it's kind of like, it's a role reversal in the sense, but I'm kind of like, and I think like a younger person and older birth certificate person who've got the similar sort of mindset and like the similar sort of things can work really well, because you can complement each other. And, you know, I'm kind of like the kid on purpose. You know, I've got a really intelligent business brain. I'm super intelligent. You know I am because years ago I didn't used to be. That's why if I picture myself years ago and I picture myself now, I'm completely brainy to what I was years ago. Obviously I'm not bragging that I'm the best. I'm not, there's, you know, I'm just trying to learn stuff all the time. I've been into personal and professional development now since 2012, and it's like tonight I've just bought some more stuff to learn, like some marketing stuff, because I do other stuff besides asexual stuff, although asexual stuff is just pretty much my life. You know, but I'm trying to learn other things and develop and grow myself constantly. And that's something else I really need to bring up, actually, that I didn't know if I was going to be able to bring up today. And that's about people developing themselves and growing. And the best type of relationships and even friendships, I guess, are where people want to grow themselves. Because if they want to grow themselves, they'll want to grow the friendship or the relationship. They want it to stagnate, and they will work on it and be happy to work on it. Whereas if you know, I've made this mistake in the past of not being with anyone who's into personal and professional development, being with someone who just wants to come home and watch TV all the time and play video games. I mean, I know a lot of people like playing video games. I know Martin likes playing video games, but he does it like for a profession. Same way, it's not, you know, he doesn't get paid for it, but it's like his profession. It's a bit different with Martin. You know, Martin's my friend. I get him. I understand him. It's his life, and he does it professionally. YouTube channel. That's different because he's doing it to develop himself, if you know what I mean, develop his skills. In the way he talks about, you know, he does splicing, he does deviant art stuff. I really love, you know, I get attracted to Martin's creativity, if I'm honest, because and intelligence in that way, because it's really good. I admire and get attracted to guys who are creative and who do things with their life and who are productive and who are always, you know, busy but make time for me. Obviously, if I was in a relationship, it'd be different because I'd expect the person to make time for me. And I think that's even more valuable then when you've got someone who's productive, someone who's into personal professional development. I still enjoy it so much, probably more because I get to share my experience in them and whatnot. Yeah, Martin, you know, and I adore the fact that you do all the stuff you do. I admire it. It's a very attractive quality about you because it's kind of like we're both productive and we can both chat together about stuff, and it's kind of momentum building. It's kind of egging each other on, and I think that's a really important thing. You know, in the past I wouldn't have thought about you're welcome. In the past I wouldn't have thought about developing, you know, getting a person who develops themselves. That's because I wasn't developing myself. I was just watching soaps all the time. I was nearly a soap addict years ago. I don't watch TV anymore. So, you know, I'm grateful and thankful for everyone that comes into my life. I think everyone teaches us a life lesson. I think everything happens for a reason, good or bad. I really believe that. And going back to the Indian thing, if you hopefully you understand it now, Michael. But yeah, my most attractions for Indian, but even if it's not Indian that's my soulmate, although I keep believing it is, I've kind of got intuition that it is, you know, I know he's foreign. I know he's foreign. And I love coloured skin. I find coloured skin so beautiful. Like, just gorgeous, you know? And he has short dark hair and clean shaven and thin. That's what I like. I mean, the guy who was on here called Ronald, he actually had a lot of the look I liked. He was very, very beautiful, you know, but I had to turn down the long distance relationship because I'd only just met him, and, you know, he's going to be in this country for another 2.5 years, and we only just met. And, you know, I need to talk to a person for a while. I need to build friendship with them. I need to video chat with them for long periods of time to really get to know them and hang out with them. I need to spend time knowing them as a friend first. I need to see them in person before I commit to a long distance relationship with someone, if I ever could. I mean, I really want someone here in person. I don't see me being good in a long distance relationship, you know, because I need a lot of attention. I need affection. I don't need to be with someone 24/7. I don't need that in my life. Years ago, I used to be like, I don't need that because I've got my own stuff that I need to do. And if I don't do it, it makes me feel very stressed and like I'm not living my life and my dreams. So, you know, even if someone was here in person, I could only see them once or twice a week, if that. But I like messaging all the time. I like constant communication. And so, yeah, so that's what I love. And talking about Indian guys, going off on that topic, you know, there's an Indian guy recently who told me he liked me, who isn't asexual. I think I mentioned him when I did my visa. I got a visa problem video, you know, because I get loads of guys coming to me going, I've got a visa problem, you know, I really like you. And when they say I like you and I've got a visa problem in the same sort of breath, it's like, well, do you really like me, or do you just have the visa problem and want me to help you get a visa? Because it's not happening. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would never expect someone to get me in their country. I would always, you know, if I wanted to go to another country, I'd go and take action to do that, you know, because I'm a go-getter and an action taker, which is what you have to be in this life, you know. You know, you work out, you know, how you're going to get there, you know, hotel, accommodation, travel, you know, how, you know, what, if you need a visa, you go and work out how you can get one, don't you? And all the various ways it's possible to get one. And then you have to either act on it or you leave it, abandon it and forget the whole idea. Do you see what I mean? You can't, you know, and it's like when I went to Disneyland Paris last year, my dad actually paid for it for 21st Mindset birthday special, but I still had to phone up. I had to get a good deal. I had to look on the website. I had to get a good deal. I spoke to someone on the phone. I had to coordinate the fact that, of the Eurostar. So I had to go from London. I had to go from Exeter to London, stay at a hotel in London for the night, then go to Disneyland on the Eurostar. I had to change at Lille. Bear in mind, I still have some anxiety, and this was like when the French president was being chosen, and they'd been like attacks, like terrorist attacks, so I was quite scared. I'm like, it's the worst weekend to possibly go, and the worst day, because I went on the actual day the president was supposed to be decided on. Actually, I think they delayed it and had another retake or something, and I'd never been abroad on my own before because I don't fly on a plane, so I went by Eurostar. So anyway, I had to change at Lille all by myself, which I had about an hour's wait there, and then I went to Disneyland, and I had four days there, 5 nights. My phone went dead. I had to find the hotel in the dark. Well, it was beautiful because it was like a river, you know, like it's a water, and the spotlight shining down on it, and everyone, you know, I felt so comfortable and safe there. Like, even though it was night, and I didn't have, you know, I usually get freaked out when I don't know where I'm going. My phone's like got no charge, but I saw some families. I just said, you know, where am I going? Or you're going the wrong way. You need to go that way. And, you know, I just carried on walking and stuff. And I came to my hotel and followed the signs and just kept asking people, even though some of them didn't speak very good English. And the next night, it was so funny because I had like a husband and wife with a baby, and they were following me, and then they went too far, and I was trying to tell you, you've gone too far. We've passed the hotel, but they wouldn't listen. They didn't speak great English, but I tried my best. So whatever, and then I had to get back from Eurostar, change again at Lille to go back to London, stay a night in London hotel before coming home. And I had problems with the hotel because of the card. I lost my card before I went on holiday, and the guy in the London hotel, he wouldn't let me stay in the hotel because I needed to have proof of the actual card I paid with, and it took me nearly an hour an hour to get him to let me in a hotel room. I was absolutely disgusted. I will not be going back there again. It was the worst service I've ever got. You know, I showed him on my, I managed to find it on my phone, the statement, and he still, you know, he still wouldn't accept it. He said, you need to email it. I said, I can't email it to you. You can't email this type of thing because it's a security thing. So he had to phone, I phoned up my bank and the person spoke to him, you know. It's like, crikey. It was just horrible. Luckily, I had internet banking app on my phone. Otherwise, I'd probably be on the... Because I said to him, I was at reception saying, well, what do? Go on the streets for the night? Because I'm not doing that. And there was this other guy. He hadn't got his card but because he's a businessman, had loads of money, he goes, oh, it's all right. You can just go through. I was disgusted with that. Tonight's mug is Shrek mug. See? Cute. Anyway... so yeah, what I'm saying is you plan, don't you? You make your goal, you get the money to go, or in this case, my dad can't pay for it, but you have to coordinate all the transport. I mean, he gave me a set amount of money. I asked him, you know, and it wasn't, he told me, you know, it's to spend on what you like, you know, don't have to spend it on Disneyland, but I got my mum to ask him to give it me at the beginning of the year in January, even though my birthday's not till April, because I knew I could get a really good deal. And they had like 2 nights and 2 nights free. So that's the longest I've ever been, 5 days. I went on my own. I had the time of my life. I would go again in a heartbeat. But, you know, I can't afford it, basically. So what I'm saying is if you want anything in life, you really have to, you know, try and get it. So yeah, so that's why I look for an Indian guy, because I have like the most sort of attraction for them. However, it's never worked out between me and an Indian guy. Their culture is they usually need marriage. I'm not a marriage type of person. They usually want kids. I'm not into having kids. I've known since 15 years old. I'm never having kids. And, you know, obviously if they're sexual, they want sex, which is no good to me, which is why I need to find an asexual Indian guy. But their parents still expect them to be married at the very least if they're asexual and Indian. And obviously my lifestyle and my independence and individuality does not match that of an Indian guy's culture. You know, I don't want to cook, clean or do housework for a guy. I make that perfectly clear. You know, I want a guy who loves me for me, who's with me for my personality. That's what I've wanted since a kid. Which is why, you know, that's a strong sign that I was asexual back then. You know, that's all I've ever wanted, someone to love me for my personality. I still want that now. I don't want a person to love me for how much I can cook for them, for how much I can clean for them, for how much I can do for them. I just want them to love me for my personality, hang out with me, kiss, cuddle with me, spend time with me, go on dates with me and love me. That's it. You know, I don't expect them to do anything for me either. I don't, you know, I expect them to do things like, you know, like respect me, to want to be in touch with me, to you know, like communicate with me constantly, like every day. I want them to, you know, I expect them to want me to be in their life like a bestest friend. You know, I need kissing, you know, so I have to establish, are they into that before I even get with them? You know, I want support in my business. They don't have to be in my business, but I want the moral support, you know, the motivation, the egging on. I'm very good at doing that myself, but I like that to be maintained in a type of relationship. You know, it's good if you've got someone supporting you, egging you on, saying this is great, go for the next goal. You know, it's just that little bit of push, you know, a little bit of momentum. And a person who's good in a relationship will do that. Like if they've got something that they're doing, the guy, you know, he's in business and he achieves, I don't know, a big sale, then I'd say, you know, that's great, you know. Or if he's struggling, I'll be like, you can do this, I believe in you. So I always believe in moral support, and emotional support as well is really important. But you know, you have to also think of your own needs. And in the past I would have neglected my needs more, but I can't do that anymore because I make myself like so happy, and I need to have a guy that makes me happier, so I make myself all happier. There's an Indian guy that I was going to tell you about that came on Facebook last week when I went dancing, and I met the Indian guy that wasn't asexual that I danced with quite intimately. I put a post on my Facebook, I don't know if you remember that, and one of my entrepreneur Indian friends saw it and said, hey, I'm Indian, and started talking to me. And he said that he liked me and that when could we be together? I'm like, I don't really know you, but thanks. Anyway, and then he started talking about the visa and stuff. And then I'm like, oh, right, another one of those. Anyway, I haven't blocked him. I'm still talking to him because it seems he's tried to get over into the UK before himself, as in he said about tourist visa. And I've told him, you know, like, I'm not going to help him get a visa. And anyway, so he's, you know, I said, I need an asexual guy and go and get an asexual one for you, but he won't listen to that at the moment, or he's listening to it but not telling me he's listening to it. Anyway, he revealed to me today that he messaged me and goes, oh, have you been missing me? And I'm like, well, I can't really miss someone, because he goes, oh, we've got a connection. I said, well, no, I can't be connected to someone who doesn't message me hardly ever, who never video chats with me, and who I don't know. I can't be emotionally connected to someone or connected, you know? It's just, you know, I can't do that. And, you know, one of the things I wanted to bring up is it's really important, emotional connection. You know, whether it's with your friends or your family or a loved one, you know, connection is so important. And I actually read about the fact that, you know, in sexual relationships even, it's usually often not a lack of sex why they split up. It's because they haven't got emotional connection there. Their emotional connection goes, or they get it for someone else or whatever, you know. It's like a huge thing. And I think sometimes with sexual relationships, you know, if the guy's, like, for example, because I'm a girl, if the guy's got a huge sex drive, then it's never going to work. If he experiences sexual attraction but doesn't really need to act on that, maybe, you know, it's a possibility it could work, because the attraction's not the same as a drive. A drive is a necessity, a need that you have to have it. If it's an attraction, but they can sort of like think, well, I'm sexually attracted, but I don't really want to, I'm okay not acting on it. And that could work, possibly, I guess. I still prefer an asexual guy. Anyway, this guy who came on Facebook told me that he watches my asexual videos when I post them on Facebook, and that he secretly watches me on this channel. And he said, I'm a very strong, powerful woman, and I'm very energetic, and how do I know so much stuff? And he said he can learn a lot from me, like a genius. I thought that was really sweet, actually. But, you know, we had this conversation for long in today's text message, and he reckons he's going to come over, you know, he's going to want to surprise you and come over to the UK. And he's going, I don't need sex, you know, which he's saying that, not me. That's his choice if he's deciding to say that. Whether I believe it or not is a completely different matter, because I told him that I really need an asexual guy, but he said he doesn't need sex. So, yeah. Do I believe that? Well, if he came over here, then there's no way I'm having sex with him anyway, hell, shape or form. So, if he doesn't mean it, then nothing's going to happen or last very long, is it? So there he goes. But yeah. But it's like, you know, I was trying to tell him, you know, like, if you want to get to know, you know, I can't meet someone. Like, you was on about coming over here and surprising me. And I was like, well, what's your plan to come over to the UK? And he did actually produce some evidence that he's been checking out how to come to the UK, which I was very impressed by. I mean, the Ronald, who was the asexual guy on here a few days ago, he had actually checked out flights and flights to London, trains from London to where I live, and I thought that was just so sweet. So I thought he was quite serious about me. And anyway, this guy has actually checked out a couple of websites, because he showed me saying something about a gap year, student gap year, that they can have in the UK. So I don't know, maybe he's genuinely looking to come to UK. I mean, there's some evidence there, but it's like I said to him, you know, I need to video chat before I even meet a guy on my own in person. And if he comes over to UK, he's not staying in my place, he can stay in a hotel, you know. And also, I really need an asexual guy, do you know what I mean? I like the fact he's Indian, but you know, he's a handsome guy. I've seen, you know, he sent me a picture, but I know he's sexual, you know. I don't think a sexual can fulfill my actual physical kissing needs and not want sex. And I don't feel... Sorry, I popped off to take a shower. Oh, it's funny. So anyway, yeah, you can just rewind this video then, Michael. So unless you had me on the background while you were having your shower. So, yeah, so this guy's sexual. I mean, you know, I said to him, if you're, you know, I like messaging and video chat, you know, could get to know someone. And he's like, oh yeah, sure, I'll do that tomorrow, like when I wake up, you know, like, because he said he was going to sleep, I'll do that tomorrow, like meaning when he woke up, which in his time's already woke up now. And I doubt there's a message from him. See? No message. How did I know? Because guys don't keep their word. That's the thing I don't like, is guys don't keep their word. I'm not saying girls don't either, because I know they don't. But it's like, if a guy says he's going to do something, you know, and he really likes me, it's like, well, just get on and do it. Don't say, sorry, I need to put sleep on my background. Don't say you're going to do something if you're not going to do it. And, you know, it just breeds distrust, unreliability, and that I can't take you seriously. And I think any type of relationship where it's friendship or an actual relationship, it requires work on both parties. It requires work to keep in touch with each other. It requires, but I mean, if you really like that person, it's not really work anyway, is it? It's just natural, I think. You know, it's natural for me to want to talk to my friends. It's natural for me to want to hang out with them. It's natural for me to want to spend time with them. It's natural for me to want to message them. It's natural for me to want to video chat with them. Do you see what I'm saying? So if someone's like interested even in more stuff, like a relationship, and they go, oh, I'm going to do this. It's like, well, I saw him online actually a little while ago on Facebook. I'm like, well, you've had an opportunity to say hello to me. I said to him, he goes, well, I think you're busy. I said, yeah, but you can just leave me a message and I'll reply when I can, which is what surely normal people do. You know, I do get really busy, but anyone can leave a message and I'll just get back whenever I can, whenever I'm free. Do you know what I mean? Because I do get really busy. But you know, I do get back to people. But yeah, it's just like, well, mate, you're saying all this about coming over, you're saying you really like me, you're saying all this romantic stuff, you're not asexual, and plus you didn't keep your word already, you know. So it's like, how can you trust someone like that and reliable? How can you actually believe them? It's just not really good, is it? Do you know what I mean? It's really hard to get someone who's genuinely serious and who will actually put the time, effort in, who does want a message and who does want that type of relationship. You know, and I guess in people's cases with friendship, it's hard if you're aromantic and, you know, you feel like you're doing a lot of the work in the friendship. I've had friendships in the past, you know, just friendships where I've been doing all the work. I don't want that anymore in my life. I may as well just go and talk to myself and keep myself amused if that's the case. Do you see what I mean? There's no point. I've had bad friendships in the past. The people that are in my life now, my friends, are a lot better, you know. They tend to care about me a lot more. And my bestest ever girlfriend, she is amazing. She'll go out of her way to spend time with me. She'll be with me through the thick and thin. Just gonna get dinner real quick. Sorry, it's all right. I've got just wanted to say a couple of stories before I go. Real, true life, asexual stories. So yeah, basically, before I go off, when I said never give up hope, you know, that I believe there's someone in this world for everyone, you know, whether you want a friendship or you want a relationship, I believe there's someone out there for everyone. I believe there's someone out there for me. I feel that there is spiritually. I feel him. I don't know where the heck he is or who he is, or if I've met him or not met him. I'm guessing I've not met him, or if I have, then I don't know. You know, it's kind of like, you know, it's like a bit weird that I met this guy, you know, Ronald on here, and then, yeah. Well, anyway, you know that that's not happening. So, all I can say is don't give up hope, though, because, I don't know if you caught one of my other videos that, there was an asexual guy friend of mine, and he just got engaged on the 24th of July, I think it was, to his asexual girlfriend, and I'm so thrilled for him. So you can find asexual love, but it does take a lot of hard work and dedication. He went round to asexual meetups non-stop pretty much every weekend for 3 months all around the UK. He drove everywhere to make sure he got the girl for him, and I'm so thrilled for him. She is amazing for him. She's beautiful, and I knew as soon as he got with her that he will be with her forever. He's the type of guy that any woman would be lucky to have. I was lucky to have him as my friend. We weren't compatible romantically because he was looking for someone and so was I, but he wanted someone that would go out camping with him, that would go away to Spain with him, that would be a certain type of person that I wasn't. This is when we were both single. You know, before he met his girlfriend. You know, when you go to asexual meetups or when you meet people, you kind of like discuss that with some people, if it might be a compatibility, you know. It's kind of like, but yeah, he was looking for a different type of girl to me, but he's really nice guy, and he's a really nice guy, and you know, I'm so thrilled for him that he's found the right guy for him. Girlfriend. Sorry, I had a message flash up from Facebook who was a guy friend of mine. So you know, I'm so pleased he's met the right. He's hetero romantic, not homo. So yeah, I'm so pleased he's met the right girl for him, called Catherine, and they're really happy together. I knew because I know what he's like, that he will be dedicated to her. He's not going to go after any other woman. He'll just be so happy with her, and that's what he's like. He's always got a smile on his face in his pictures now. He's with his girlfriend all the time. He's got his arm around her. He's so proud to be with her. He talks about, you know, even when he's coming on my asexual like pages, like I'm asking questions like, what food are you eating right now, or what's your favorite food, and he'll be like, oh, cakes I'm sharing with my sweetheart. He's always talking about her first. You know, he's talking about them being together, talking about what they're doing together, talking about the fact that he's with her. You know, he's the type of guy that, you know, proves that there is a good guy out there, you know. And I just, for anyone watching this who kind of gets sick of bad guys turning up, or if you're a guy of bad women turning up in your life and you're looking for a relationship, or even obviously friendships can have good and bad people. Like I said, I was very much doing all the work in the friendships years ago. You know, there are good people out there. I mean, I have some asexual friends who I know are good guys. You know, I know they are good guys, genuine guys who are not going to go off with other women. Back. Cool. You know, and because I'm getting more and more asexual friends now that are good guys, and even, you know, that guy Ronald that was on here, you know, I don't know if he's ever going to come back into my life now because I said no and stuff, but or if he's going to remain in it, or what he's going to do. But you know, even for the brief time I spent knowing him, it was really nice, because I thought there is someone out there for me. And it was a bit sad, but you know, even if it is in another country, and I can see that he's a good guy. So you know, and he wouldn't go off with other women either. I don't believe that at all. I think he's very dedicated to one woman. So, you know, and I really appreciate guys like that. You know, there's even a lot of asexual guys I find like flirting with loads of women online all the time. At least he was in some of these streams. The memory will should be here forever. Yeah, but when I liked him a lot, it doesn't really help. You know, I'm connected to him on Skype messaging, but he hasn't replied to my last messages, which is fair enough. Maybe it's too difficult for him to carry on talking to me. Maybe he just needs some time out. Or maybe he didn't like the fact that I was honest in yesterday's stream and said that, you know, well, there was lots of reasons why I couldn't have a long distance relationship at the moment. I was very honest in that. I would have liked to have talked to him like Skype face to face, just me and him, about that, but I was sharing it with you guys so you can kind of understand where I'm coming from, because I kind of like live my life online quite a bit with you guys. I talk about hyper romantic struggles, because I know there's not many hyper romantics out there, and it's really difficult for us to find any people that understand us. So I wanted to do that video, you know, and I was honest that, you know, it didn't help when someone suggests about a long distance relationship, yet in the first time of going online together, a Skype session, which he chose the actual time, I didn't. I gave him a couple of times, but he suggested another one. I said fine, you know, and then he turned up late. All right, it was 4 minutes late, but it's really not the point, you know. If someone's really into you, they really want to see you, speak to you, and you know, especially if they've been online like 32 minutes before, and you know, they're late, it's just, it doesn't look good, does it? I mean, if you're going to have a long distance relationship or consider it, you need to know that person's really trustworthy and really reliable. Though, you know, there's a reliability factor, because, you know, say it happened that I had a meeting or something, and then I only had a set amount of time to talk to that person, and they become late, then they then kind of make me late for my meeting. And I just think it's really bad manners and rude of any guy to do that, whoever they are, unless they're, you know, like, unless I'm dying or severely ill. My motto is like, I do Skype them. But if I can't, I'm not perfect. So there has been times when I've had to eat my food as well, because I've been running late because I'm so busy doing everything else, and I haven't had chance to eat yet. Then I will message and say, can we do it a little bit later, please? But I will message them beforehand, so they know what I'm there before time. So I am actually there on time, just that I've got a mouthful of food. I mean, really, if they wanted me to Skype them with a mouthful of food, I could Skype them with a mouthful of food, because technically speaking, I'm still there. Do you see what I mean? It's all about being considerate and reliable and thoughtful, and that breeds positivity then, and trust. Although I think he's a really trustworthy guy, and he said sorry, and he said that he was eating too, but I like, you know, he knew we were going to Skype then, so it's kind of like, why didn't you start eating a bit earlier? And because I finished mine about half an hour before. Or why didn't you just message me and say that, you know? And you know, I think between that and some of the other stuff I said, you know, maybe he felt that it was too negative. I don't know, but I still think he's a beautiful person. I still see loads of good qualities about him. I'm not perfect myself, you know. There's, you know, I have high standards as well. I have really high standards, and there's nothing wrong with having high standards, you know. In the past, I didn't have high enough standards, or I did, but I didn't express them. I would just kind of like, you know, think it's bad to express them. It's really important, especially if you are ever considering a long distance relationship or any type of relationship. You have to establish boundaries, rules, and trust, you know. It's like in, you know, in my life, I try as much as possible to be reliable, you know. But I mean, with some of my friends that I've known a long time, there are times like me and my friend, like my bestest ever friend, girlfriend, you know, sometimes we are a bit late. We're kind of like, well, we don't, you know, we like might say, well, can we meet around this time? But if something happens, let the other know. And it's like, you know, it's like, well, I'm hanging, like she might be hanging around my city shopping for a while, and then I'm busy doing stuff, and she knows she knows my schedule is so busy. So I might be like giving her an update, like, oh, update me. So I might update, but we've got that type of relationship, friendship, that we've known each other for so long. We're comfortable in how we work like that. It's not like I don't message her and say I'm going to be late, or it's not like she doesn't know what's going on in my life. So we kind of know, like sometimes she has to cancel on me, but we've got, you know, it's not a relationship, it's a friendship. And I kind of understand her, and when she's likely to do that, I kind of can predict it. It's a bit weird, but I kind of can predict it with what she says. Like, you might say that, oh, I haven't got that much money. So, and then she might change her mind because she's got more money the following week. But, you know, that's not a relationship. That's a good friendship. But we understand each other because we've built that up over time. But, you know, I know plenty of times she's, you know, I've been really upset, and she lives in a town actually. And she's travelled like on a bus and train, because even to get to my city, usually has to go by bus and train, and sometimes walk as well, often. And that's real dedication for you, you know. And I do have high standards, and that's why I've got better friends these days, because, you know, someone's willing to go out their way for me. I mean, Martin on here, he's watching it now. He came to the UK Asexuality conference. He met me in London. He hasn't really been to London much before, you know, and he met me there, and he was reliable, and he was texting me when he was going for the train, when he was on the train, so I knew what was happening. He was very good like that. You know, he filmed me at the conference, like you say. I know I can trust him because he's totally reliable that way. You know, I know he'll be there if you see. I know if I Skype Martin, we will always be Skyping together at the right time. We'll be a few minutes before usually, or it just happens because we trust each other. We want to spend time Skyping each other, or we like spending time together in that way. I have to be careful because I'm a hyper romantic, so kind of if he shows me anything romantic like he did once, which I know is really sweet of him, I'm like, oh, this is going to be romantic for me, so I kind of like might need a bit of time out from doing that because I take it a different way. But, you know, but we're always there for each other. We're like really, really good best friends, if you like. And me and Martin are quite connected in that way. You know, we've got quite a good bond. We've known each other online for over 2 years, and we're really comfortable around each other, you know. It's like when we stayed away, we're in separate hotel rooms, but we can still go in each other's room and be comfortable that we're cool because we're both asexual and we're both friends, and we just get on around each other and comfortable in each other's company, you know, like eating together and stuff like that. So it's all about trust, but it's about reliability. Yeah, I don't promise anything I can't deliver. Exactly, Martin. Thank you. And that makes you an awesome, awesome friend. You know, that's exactly, I'm glad you said that on this show. Never promise something you can't deliver. And that doesn't mean to say you should go around not delivering anything and not promising anything, because you should hold yourself accountable. If you can't hold yourself accountable, then that's a sign of real immaturity and irresponsibility on this show. Huh? I'm not quite sure what you mean, Michael, on this show. Sorry, I didn't get your question. Maybe I missed something. But what I was trying to say is, you know, you know, Martin doesn't, you said on this show, what did I say that in relation to? I'm not sure if you're lagging behind me, or did I make a mistake in what I was saying? I think she means the APAM streams. Yeah, show as in, yeah. Sorry, I call this a show, series, episode, show. Okay, maybe I used the wrong language. Yeah, the live streams. I use the word show as in, because I'm going live like a show person, like a showman, if you know what I mean. And show is like, some people refer to YouTube things as episodes, but I'm live here. So it's like being at a live show, isn't it? If you know what I mean. Yeah, that's Martin understands me, but then we've been friends for over 2 years. He kind of, sometimes with Martin, right, I send him these messages and there's quite a few typos in it. Partly because my keyboard, like if I'm typing on my keyboard like this, the I no longer works on it lately. Oh. Right, sorry. So the I stopped working on it, apart from if I use capital letter. So, but yeah, I kind of type really late at night sometimes. And seriously, it looks like typos garbage. Even though I'm a writer, I'm different when I'm writing. I'm really careful, edit like loads of times. But when I'm just talking to people, I kind of let myself slack. I do let myself slack with that. And like I get so many messages from so many people, and like Martin can decipher my writing. He's like, don't worry, I know what you mean. But that goes in time with friendship, you know, it grows in time with trust, and it grows in time with understanding each other. And I think in order to enter any relationship or friendship, you know, has to be built. Because I had a problem when I was a kid at school with bullying from you know, actually more women than guys, if I'm honest. And you know, the women were really horrible to me. So I have huge trust issues with women. I don't trust a lot of women, and probably that's why I've got more guy friends. I trust guys more. I don't trust guys usually in relationships, but I trust them being my friend and in friendships. But having said that, the asexual guys I'm friends with, like Martin and, for example, Sam, who you will see in my meetup talk. He went live on stage for a little bit. You know, I totally know that they are trustworthy guys. They're reliable. You know what I mean? They say something, they do it, they mean it. So it's kind of like, that's, you know, if you're gonna have like any type of like friendship that's really good quality, or even relationship, you need to know that you can, you know, that you can get that type of guy or girl. I mean, I am a good woman, person, girl. I like to be called girl, really, although more guys keep calling me woman lately, because I've kind of like spill that word out a bit, but I prefer to be called girl, really, because I'm young. But there you go. If they need, you know, kind of like when I'm out dancing, I kind of have to think of myself a bit more like a woman to protect myself. You know, I have to be a little bit more like, I don't even like the word older. I have to be a little bit more like a woman than a girl when I'm out clubbing, if there's sexuals around me. Obviously, to protect myself, to be quite strong and tough, I need to be like that around them. But obviously, if I'm with a guy, younger guy, and he's asexual and I was in a relationship, I would be able to hopefully trust him, that I could just be the girl that I was always born to be, if you know what I mean. But while still being responsible with them, you know. So it's kind of like, oh yeah, and I have to tell you about this other story. So obviously, I've told you about my friend that just got engaged to his asexual girlfriend. I'm thrilled for him. And also in my Asexualise No Sex dating group, there was this older guy, and he said that he had just gone official with his asexual girlfriend on Facebook. You know, they like announced it on Facebook they're in a relationship. And I think that was awesome. I did ask, was it in this group, my group, or another one? And he said, oh, I'm not sure. But then this other woman said, yes, it's in this group. You met her. So I was really pleased about it, because that's what I want to do. I want to, you know, I want as many people as possible to find true asexual love in this world. I believe it exists. I want everyone to be able to have that opportunity. Now, for the people who say there's no one in my city, you've got to get someone outside of your city to move to you, or travel, or you've got to move yourself. Those are the three options. That's the options I have. I don't want to move, so I have to get a mover. I would commute inside of the UK. For example, I go to London, but I don't really have the money to go to London at the moment. But London's I love London. It's like my second home. It's quite easy for me to get to. You know, it's just a money thing. But, you know, I would do that. But, you know, you can't really do that forever and a day commute. it gets really expensive, and also you kind of want to be near each other. So ideally I want someone to move and live near me. But I love my flat, you see. I love living here. But who knows, 5 years time, everything might change in my whole life. I don't know. But I'm quite a solid, steadfast person in that way. So, but I don't go and flying on a plane, so I'm not going to pop over to another country. It just isn't who I am. And if a guy is really serious about me, he will come over here and be with me. I 100% believe in that. And so basically all these guys that say, yeah, I'm coming over, or I will come over, it's like, put your money where your mouth is, If you really want to come over here and be with me, then do it. Don't talk about it. Don't say, I'm going to do this. Don't say, I want to do this. You do it. Until a guy can actually get over here physically, in person, so I know that they're reliable, honest, telling the truth, and also they're able to, satisfy my in-person warmth needs that I do have, then, it's pie in the sky, isn't it? It's just talk. But, I still got to be friends with that person. It's like there's a guy who isn't asexual, but he really respects my asexuality, and we've been friends online for, I think it's about 3 or 4 years now, and he lives in Algeria, and he even tried to get into the UK, into my city this year, but he got declined. But there was just one place. But we've been friends for a long time. I know he probably likes me a little bit more than a friend. Probably always has done. And I used to like him a little bit more than a friend. But I think of him more of a friend because I need to think about him more of a friend. But at least he tried. Do you know what I mean? He actually applied to do it. And he was really upset that he didn't get in over here. But the position he went for was just one place out of hundreds of people. So, do you know what I mean? But at least he tried. At least he bothered to try. But we've been friends for a very long time. And at one point we didn't speak because we kind of fell out, but we still kept friends and got back being friends, and we still consider each other's good friends. And like yesterday, when I was it yesterday when I was upset, yeah, he was saying, he was sending me voice messages through Facebook, and he was saying, Sandra, I want you to get a good guy for you. You deserve a good guy, the best guy for you. And that's the type of person who's my friend, who cares about me a lot, who really has my best interests at heart, who understands what a good person I am. And I think it's important to know there are a lot of women out there that aren't good, but there are people, like if you're a guy watching this who's a heteromantic, there are women out there that are good like me. I don't go having affairs and stuff. I know some of the people that seem the nicest people I've known or know as friends, and they still will be with people who they shouldn't be with. Like, they will have affairs with people. They will be with married people or whatever. I don't personally agree with that. I don't think it's right, And because I see other women doing that, it's kind of like there's a lot of things that you can't trust in the world, So, but there are some good guys in the world, and there's some good girls. And so, we might be very rare, and you have to find us and hunt us down, as it were, in a nice way. But, we are out there. And there's a couple of blogging stories I've got for you of happy endings, but they're not asexual. But one is a guy, I think I might have mentioned it, I'm not sure, that he was in his early 70s. And he was in his early 70s. I think he was like 71 or 72. And his wife now is about 39 years old, I think. They got married this year. But he has been conned online by other women, and he's had a heck of a time, and he's been trying to find love for like years and years of life. I've known him as a blogger friend for like nearly 8 years now, and he's he's not asexual, definitely not, but he moved all the way from Spain to Austria to be with this person who he married. And there's years of difference. She's about 39, he's about 71 or 72. There's over 30 years difference between them. But they're happy with their 2 cats together. And I was sceptical at first because I was like, I know he's been hurt in the past, but no, it's all good. And his wife's beautiful. And also, so that's not an asexual story, but it's still how, someone wanted to have a relationship for years, and they just kept trying, and they never, ever gave up, despite the fact that people did bad by them. He was conned with his money and all sorts by a woman. And her brother, or I don't know if it's her brother or boyfriend or something, but he wrote about it in his blog post. But I'm so pleased for him that he has got someone to love him and care for him. you know, even though it's years later in his life. So maybe it doesn't happen for us right now. Maybe it's not going to happen for a long time, or for me, you know, but at least I know that, you know, there are good guys out there. I mean, I was really sad that that guy that was on here, Ronald, like, wasn't, you know, actually, you know, over here, because if he was over here, I think we would have been together no problem. But, you know, even though he's not Indian, he's like mother's side's Indian anyway. But I just think he's a beautiful person and ticked loads of my boxes, to be honest. But it's just sod law that he's in another country. And I want to share with you another blogging friend. So basically, this other blogging friend, I've known him online for nearly, again, about 8 years, and he got married this year, and he moved countries from the UK, and he's got, I think she's Chinese, Filipino, I think she is, and his wife is stunningly beautiful, and he's moved out there, got married, lived with her, and they were having a long distance relationship. And, you know, she you know, messaged me and said, "Oh, I've heard so much about you from Steve," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, I didn't know I was that big a part of his life, but it's really nice." And you know, so it was just great to be you know, have that. And, you know, his wife's beautiful. So again, Steve, I know him, like I said, for nearly 8 years. It's only this year that he's just got married, and before that he was searching for love for quite a long time. So I just want you to go away with the fact that even if it takes a long time and you do want a relationship, you can find it. If you just want friendships, you know, I had a lot of people in my life in the past that weren't my true friends. I was very lonely and lost as a kid, like in like my own world, because I didn't have any true friends. The only friends that I so-called have, the relationship was very one-sided. They weren't particularly nice to me. You know, I was made to feel like it's thankful that they were my friends, even though they didn't really care about me. And it was horrible, you know. And so now I have better friends in my life as well. And I really think it's important to know that, you know, even if you've not got as many friends now, you can change your life around. Things can alter for you, and you can get better people that you're friends and that stay with you in your life and that want to spend time with you and really genuinely care about you. So that's really what I wanted to take away from this video today, is be grateful for everyone that comes into your life, the good and the bad, because they teach us life lessons. They help us on our way forward. Some people come into your life and stay, some people won't. And the other thing I want to say is, you know, don't give up hope, because I believe there's someone for everyone in their life and love. You know, I may have to wait a long time for mine because, you know, being in the UK and wanting to be with a foreign guy is very difficult. As you can imagine, I have very niche needs in the sense I love a lot of kissing, but I don't like the sex, and, you know, I like a certain type of look, so it's harder for me. But I won't give up, and I don't think you should either. And that includes with friendships. You know, if you haven't got good friends in your life, which, you know, some people aren't, or some people are like in friendships that aren't healthy for them. So if you haven't got that right now, you know, go out, meet some people. There's meetup.com if you want to make some friends. But obviously I recommend, you know, making asexual friends online in Facebook groups, or, you know, if you can get to asexual meetups in person, do that, because it feels great, fantastic to have other asexual friends. And, you know, just never give up hope. And I just want to say thanks from the bottom of my heart for watching this video. I'd love it if you gave it a thumbs up. It would really, really help me. I think someone gave me a thumbs up earlier, but now they've taken it away. So I'm sorry if I said something that made you take the thumbs up away. Oh, thank you. And then any other thumbs up would be great. Thanks for the live stream. That'd be wonderful. You're very welcome. Because every time I get a thumbs up, I go up in the search engine rankings, which means I get more visibility on this channel and about asexuality. And I'm doing these live streams to help you. Oh yeah, that was me. Must have pressed a button by accident. So you, yeah, you pressed the thumbs up and then you took it off again by accident. That's okay, Martin. I forgive you, because we're such good friends. Hooray! Anyway, it's been wonderful to speak to you all tonight. I really appreciate you being here, Michael. Really appreciate you being here, Martin. I'm not sure who else is watching this live stream for the whole time, but I know someone else is watching this channel right now. I don't know who it is, but I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I blow a kiss to you. I know I've got quite a few people who watch this channel. I've got Levi, I've got Kelly. I've even got the guy who's on Facebook, Sanjay, I think his name is. I'm not exactly sure. I can't remember off the top of my head. I should get his name, shouldn't I? Just in case. Let me actually get his name. So just so I've pronounced it correctly. The guy who said he liked me. Sanjeev, I think his name is. So I'll just say hi to him anyway, in case he is watching. Ronald, who was watching, but he's just messaged me actually on Skype, so I don't think he's watching tonight. Anyway, I suppose it's nice he's messaged me though, because at least I've heard back from him that he's okay, which is nice. I hope he stays in my life, but if he doesn't and he chooses not to, or whatever, that, you know, that's up to him. I just got to move forward with my life now. And anyway, I will see you soon on tomorrow. Well, now today's live stream. I've got a lot of work to do tomorrow, but as always, I will be here because I like speaking to you and I know it's helpful for you. I hope it's helpful anyway. If there's any questions you want answering in a future video, please leave them in the comments. If there's any type of video you specifically want me to go through in this live stream, please post it in the comments below. You know, if there's anything at all you want me to cover in these sessions are for you. So please post down below. I really need to know if there's anything that I'm leaving out or I'm not going through or you're not sure about or you want to know about more about that's just not happening. Like I said, please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so and share this video with many people as possible so that others may benefit from it. Until next time, embrace your quirky and each other's, and I will see you on tomorrow's video. Today, now, later. Bye! Thanks for coming! See ya!